Musicians Institute Guitarcraft Program, sponsor of Fox 17 Rock and Review.
Welcome to the Fox 17 Rock and Review. My special guest today, Tim Montana, the pride of Butte, Montana. You know, it's so great to have you on, Tim. You and I have been talking for a while, and you came out with your new song and video, Hillbilly Rich, and it's doing really well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's taking off online, and it's getting played like crazy on the highway, and it's interesting going, you know, the power of radio and online, you know, going places and people sing the song back to you. It's a special thing. So
yeah, it's pretty neat. You know, I was watching the video, and I think you have something like over 774,000 views of the video online. And what I found funny was not only that you're in a Rolls Royce, but that you stop at Checkers to buy the food.
Yeah, that was our thing. My other star in the video, or co-star in the video, Rob O'Neill, was like, you know, what do you do when you steal a Rolls Royce? You go to Checkers and get a cheeseburger.
Doesn't everybody? Duh. Yeah. What I want to also bring up, it's like, you know, the whole concept of the video was kind of based in fact too, right?
Yeah, you know, I mean, if you hit the big time, what would you do, you know?
Yeah, because, I mean, like, you guys did, like, you know, a huge tip at the Waffle House, right?
Yeah, that's where the whole concept came. So David Fanning produced it with our friend Ben Stennis and wrote it, the three of us. But David and I, it was last holiday season, we went to Waffle House, and the waitress was really upset because the guy before her bothered to tip like 1 cent on a big meal. And
right.
So we had a few cocktails in us, and we were like, you know what, we're going to make her Christmas better. So we dumped out our wallets, and it was a pretty, you know, I think it was a couple $100, enough to have my wife go like, what do you think, you're rich? And I was like, Hillbilly Rich. Oh, wow. So that's where the concept came, and we just started, you know, dropping $100 tips at the Waffle House. Get my mama bigger double wide.
That is so awesome. It's such a fun song, man. You know, and one of the things I noticed too, Tim, is the guitars you're playing. You know, so when you're on stage, you know, at the pool party, you're playing a nice Gibson Les Paul.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a 1970 Black Beauty.
Yeah, and then also when you're in the truck, I think you've got an acoustic guitar. That's a J45, right?
Yeah, that's in the yacht scene. That's right. A 1957 J45.
That is a gorgeous guitar.
Yeah, so I was like, we're going to do a video. We're going to have helicopters and yachts. I'm going to bring out my most prized possessions that I have, other than my family, and put the guitars in there. So
you know, and we were talking to earlier on the news to where everybody back home assumes you own a Rolls Royce. Maybe a few of them now, right?
Right. I have like 6.
Right. Yeah. and one of them is just for like the kids to play in.
Yeah. It's
that's
where
they take your guitar tuners.
It's a sandbox.
Yeah. I love it. Well, you know, a lot of people may not know this also, Tim, but you know, you've written hit songs with Kid Rock also, and you've opened up and played music with Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top.
Yeah. I mean, it's been crazy. Like growing up, I grew up in a trailer house just north of Butte, Montana. No electricity, off the grid. You know, real poor, and would listen to ZZ Top and Kid Rock and like dream about going to concerts someday. So this year I got to have, 2017, I got to have a special moment, calling my mom being like, hey, did you pick up the paper? I got my first, top 10 single with, Kid Rock. And, it's like, wow, not long ago I was sitting next to an outhouse splitting wood thinking about what it would be like to like see him in concert,
Right.
So, and my mom called and she goes, honey, I don't need a bigger double wide, but I do need a new roof on the trailer.
How amazing is that, though? I mean, you came to Nashville 12 years ago, and really, through your songwriting and performance, you're making your dreams come through. I mean, it's a lot of work.
Yeah. I mean, it's been crazy. I've got a good system with my wife. Has really just put it all on the line for me. And years ago, I started working at fried chickens at Harris Teeter for a couple years.
There you go.
And I went to Tootsie's and became a door guy at Tootsie's and started singing. And then finally, my wife's like, "Hey, pursue songwriting." And it took a good 7-8 years of my wife going, "Hey, when are you gonna make some money, honey?"
Yeah, but hey, that's good support, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you got to keep the 2-year-old in guitar tuners.
Right. My child eats tuners, by the way. Snark, specifically.
That is her favorite flavor. Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, so amazing. Well, you got so many great things going on, and like we were talking about earlier, Rolling Stone even said, almost like they're psychics, like, one of the people to watch, and you have been. And so this year, you're going to be doing more with your music, but also you got a hot sauce coming out.
Yeah, this is our first time teasing this. So Billy Gibbons and I we both have a big thing with hot sauce and spicy food. I mean, he gets pockets in his suit jackets to carry hot sauce bottles in, and I actually took some hot sauce. I'd order stuff online you'd sign a waiver for, and I took some hot sauce a few years ago, ended up getting rushed to the hospital and having my appendix taken out.
Oh,
and my doctor
gosh.
swears that hot sauce and your appendix have nothing to do with each other, but I'm like, hey man, I ate the sauce, I felt the burn, it was right here, and moments later I had a surgery, so I'm, whatever, doc.
So to avoid future surgery, you decided to do your own hot sauce.
Right, so I didn't want to, be hurting people's appendixes.
So what's going to be the name of the hot sauce, man?
So we're calling it B's and T's Whisker Balm, and we're developing it right now.
Yeah.
And we've already got some sample bottles we're playing with, but we're really excited to get that product out there. And I never thought I'd be launching a hot sauce company with my guitar hero friend.
Right.
But,
Once again, living in Butte, Montana, splitting wood
Right.
with no electricity.
Right.
And
listening
now,
to ZZ Top and
now, launching a hot sauce with Billy.
yeah.
I think you guys need to do like beard care products. Because you and Billy both got good beards, man. It's like, think about it. Think how many people need that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one too.
And maybe one more guitar.
Yes.
Always
Definitely.
one more guitar. So what's going to be up on the music, man?
I don't know yet. We're just gonna, we're in that recording stage.
Mm-hmm.
Kid Rock and I collaborated on a track that I have, that he's rapping on. That's really cool. So we're just kind of recording, just kind of figuring out our next steps. We want to do it right. There's gonna be a lot of touring this year. A lot of, we're gonna be getting out there and bringing the music to the fans.
You've opened for so many huge artists, in the last few years. Any plans with that again, or are you going to be partnering with some other big acts?
Nothing to announce yet.
Okay.
So we're
But
just.
but will the announcements be made on your website?
Yeah, any of the tour date stuff can be found at timmontana.com. Find it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that's at Tim Montana. So you can find any of that tour information on there.
So hot sauce, new music, tour. What else?
What else do we know?
It's like that's a lot, I mean, besides maybe a signature Gibson guitar.
Yeah, would you talk to Henry about that?
I'll mention it to Henry next time we're hanging out. It's like Henry, because I mean, you are helping out with the J45 model.
Yes,
and the Les Paul.
I love the J45 and the Les Pauls. Love them.
That's amazing, man. I'll tell you what, man. I so enjoy your playing because I think you do an incredible job of melding genres of music, Tim, to where you got the country, you got the rock, the blues. You kind of mix them all together, man.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of my influences. When I was a kid, the first tapes I found were the Marlboro Country tape. My mom had to smoke a lot of cigarettes to get those. And that had Charlie Daniels, Ronnie Millsap, and then I found a Guns N' Roses tape that had Mr. Brownstone on one side and Welcome to the Jungle on the other. And to this day, I'm kind of like, wow, I'm kind of a mix of like the first music that ever hit my ears when I was like 3 or 4 years old, So.
Now, what was your first guitar? Because you got your first guitar when you were, 6?
It was a little nylon string guitar, and my heart was broke because I brought it into a guitar shop in Kalispell, Montana to get fixed. And the guy said, you know how I'd fix this guitar, kid? I'd take it out back and I'd smash it.
Oh, no!
And so it broke my heart. And that Christmas after that, I think I got a Fender DG7 was my acoustic.
Ooh.
Not a very high dollar guitar,
Wow.
but to me it was, the world at that time.
Yeah.
So. And then Billy actually got me my first Les Paul. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, how old were you? I just want to, bring this up for our viewers. How old were you when you started writing songs then?
Gosh, I remember writing lyrics and melodies. I was always bad at memorizing other people's words.
Right.
And so my mom got so mad because she's like, could you learn a whole song? So I could never learn a whole song, so I just make up my own words.
Yeah. That's awesome, though.
Strolling down a shiver.
Now you have children that can do that with you.
Yeah, exactly.
And so after the holidays recently, you got to hang out. So do they make you play guitar and they sing along when you're at home?
Yeah, a little bit. My daughter plays guitar, plays piano, and over Christmas we got to have the whole family sit around and sing Christmas carols.
That is so cool.
Yeah. So.
And so everything's going to start kicking in then probably February, March, the whole, the music, the touring, everything?
Yeah, January is pretty slammed. I mean, we leave for Vegas Wednesday, and then so we're out on a pretty big run through January.
Wow.
And then we'll just keep the dates coming, so keep checking the website, and new music will be dropping throughout the year. So
that's incredible. I'll tell you what, man, I love your music. I love what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
And obviously you're having a lot of fun too.
Oh yeah.
And a new hot sauce.
And a hot sauce.
That will not hurt your appendix.
Appendix safe hot sauce right here.
Well, be sure and follow him, whether it's on web, social media, and all that good stuff. Tim Montana, a great singer, songwriter, musician, and a fun guy. And be sure and check out the hot sauce this year too, because it will, between spicy songs, you can also spice up your food with Tim Montana. Thanks for watching the Fox 17 Rock and Review.
Musicians Institute Guitarcraft program, sponsor of Fox 17 Rock and Review.